going through this part. It's yeah, one lane dirt road. It's a bit bumpy. There's a few tight turns, ups and downs, that kind of stuff. So I was still in Mt Mulligan, obviously, the Mt Mulligan station for quite a bit. I started recording, making a little video, sort of bit of muddy water there, making videos going through the water and that kind of stuff. I didn't want to draw attention. Like they say they got cameras and all that kind of stuff. I reckon it's a big scare tactics kind of thing. Thinking now, all those signs said like no shooting, no hunting, no all of this stuff, but nowhere did it say no entry, which is the first thing you want to write if you don't want people coming in. So I reckon you're allowed in. They just try and they layer it so much on that it looks and sounds really uninviting to come in, but you're actually allowed to come in. It's a bit of water there. Nothing too crazy though. Stuff I would easily get my old Honda gets through. The hills, maybe not so sure. There was a bit of a steeper hill there, but all the creek crossings and stuff easy. So yeah, if you're ever out this way, it does look pretty intimidating. I don't want to get in trouble, but at the end of the day, like, you know, I just tell them the truth. I just assumed, I thought you'd just drive through. All these roads are on the maps and everything. It seems really uninviting. You're allowed to do it, but obviously I'm not going to go out in the bush. I don't know if you can see my hand there. I'm not going to go out in the bush. I'm not going to, do anything I shouldn't be. I'm just passing through, looking, seeing stuff. And if I want to go for a bushwalk, I'm sure I'll get out to areas where I can do so later on if I want to see wildlife and that kind of stuff. But otherwise, seen a few birds and that kind of stuff. Seen some new birds, which has been sweet. No footage. They fly out in front of the cars. It's just too hard to trace them and track them down. But pale-headed rosellas are up now, so I was really keen to see those guys. I tried in Mt Mulligan once, as I heard they'd been around there. I'm sure they're all over the place. Scaly-breasted lorikeets, haven't seen them yet, but I'm out to look for them. They're around the same area. But otherwise, pale-headed rosellas, pretty stoked with that one. So yeah. But otherwise, just this excellent country. There's, grab you guys for a second. There's excellent, rolling hills, grasslands, nice, open woodlands. And there's your termite mounds cruising around as well, which is quite good. But yeah, even if there's no wildlife cruising around, or there's not a lot, it's still a bloody wicked place, beautiful place to enjoy and appreciate. It's a wicked being out here in this more outback Queensland, and I'm just out over the other side of the range. Went straight through the rainforest and now I'm out here, and it's great. It's bloody great. So there you go. So I reckon we're all sweet. I just wanted to let people know for a second. There's a sign here. Yeah, works for Queensland, delivering regional Queensland road. So this is a road I'm allowed on. They just make it sound so like you're trespassing. It's ridiculous. I guess it's trying to ward off half the people, and because you get people who will come in here and go shooting and doing burnouts, lighting fires, just being all around idiots, really. But there you go. Oh yes, apostle birds. We're getting out the car for this. All right, so they can come at me, the people who own this property, if they want. Where's the apostle birds gone? There they are. Yeah, they're not happy. They're alerted to my presence. But apostle birds are quite literally probably the best non-raptorial species, I reckon. Apostle birds are great. Watch this. I'll chuck a little rock out and see what happens. I thought they were going to go down for it. Here they come more. They're alerted to the presence. But I put a video up. I put a little snippet up of the apostle birds I found in the Northern Territory when I went in the Mount Lewis video. I can get it up if you want to see the little bit of footage there and go through and find it exactly. But otherwise, look at them all coming through the trees, coming over to see what's going on. Roll the rock along the ground. I mean, they're more sort of scared of me. What I was hoping for there, they're just really, really inquisitive animals. Really sort of, bustling and gregarious is their sort of description. But they are wicked, wicked birds. They're just really, happy jacks is another name for them. And that's probably the best descriptor. Just happy little bustling, cruisy guys. And when I had them at around Catherine, I was like, you could toss little rocks out and I would like chase them down like a dog, and sort of like if you've got your sprinkler going. My friend Dana found them, and she was turning like a sprinkler on and off, and they were just sort of like running up to it, having a look, and then you turn the sprinkler on, and just like you do with kids If you've done that before, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. You'd run up to the sprinkler, mum and dad would turn it on and spray you, and then it'd turn off and that kind of thing. So yeah, they're looking at me. They've probably not seen too many people before. Just jumping around in the trees and having a bit of a yell. But nothing really happening with those rocks. They're not chasing it down or anything like that. The ones I've seen before were more used to people, so they're pretty more playful than these guys are probably pretty switched on and alerted to my presence and not knowing that I'm not a predator trying to come at them. Hey? Oh well. But yeah, there you go. Chuck some leaves up, see what happens. But nah. Oh well. They're a bit more, yeah, scared than playful, these guys. So I'll nick off. We're still cool to try. Apostle birds are just a great bird. Jumping around like little silly heads. Another good descriptor, I guess. But yeah, these guys aren't going to come down to the ground for a bit of a run, jump around and a play. They're just going to be alert from the trees. And always in little groups, which is quite cool. Always in little groups. I saw a couple when I come up to Queensland on the way through Australia. There you go. Something interesting. Hopefully you guys got a bit of a look at them. They're up in the trees. It's a bit harder to see. But yeah. Alrighty guys, I want to do this as a bit of educational thing. I don't want to make anyone not enjoy what they're saying. There is a roadkill boobook here. It's not mangled or anything like that, but it is how it would look alive, but it's just dead, unfortunately. So I guess if you don't want to look, you can look away, or I don't know how to do it where I want to show this, but I also don't want to have people, yeah, not be able to click away or anything like that. You can bring them into the shade a bit. But otherwise, more as an educational thing, really. Unfortunately, this thing has likely been hit by a car. It was on the road. So I just want to show off the beautiful feathering, really. This is our smallest owl species that we have here in Australia. So it's one of the ninox or hawk owls. So it's been like this for a bit, I reckon. It's, yeah, it looks a bit half crusty. But otherwise, ninox owls are, yeah, your hawk owls. Yeah, more of your diurnal, not diurnal, sorry, more of your crepuscular, so dawn and dusk, rather than proper like nocturnal hunting species for the most part. Like your Tyto owls or your masked owls, like your barn owls and stuff like that. So I just want to show off the beautiful feathering. It's very unlikely that I'll actually get to talk about owls like this close up. So if you're at all interested, this is just stuff that I've learnt at facilities when I've worked with the owls and that kind of stuff. But otherwise, yeah, smallest owl species. Hard to say whether it's a boy or a girl. They do get to a very similar size. But otherwise, yeah, owls using their talons. They're different to frogmouths. You can see there, big sharp talons. They're using their feet to catch and kill their prey. Frogmouths, kookaburras, all that kind of stuff are predatory birds. And frogmouths get mistaken for owls all the time, but they're using their big beaks to catch their prey and don't have powerful feet. So, yeah. So your little boobooks here be catching prey out of the sky mostly. A lot of your masked owls go off the ground, or like terrestrial prey or out of the trees. Whereas these guys, hawk owls, are, yeah, more of a hawk-like appearance, and they are actually capable of hawking out of the sky quite well as well, which is just catching their prey. So, yeah, beautiful frillings on the edges of the feathers there. That helps with making them, yeah, have more silent flight rather than sharper edges for cutting through like falcons would have. You got frills on the edges of these feathers to really slow down that flight. They're a lot slower, but they're a lot more silent. So yeah, really unfortunate to see this as roadkill, especially on this just dirt road through like a cattle station. So it's just, yeah, really, really unlucky. People would be flying through here at night, I guess, but otherwise very, very few cars and very little traffic. I've not seen anyone on the roads today. So yeah, moved him off the road. Very sad, unfortunately, being a beautiful, just any animal in general, being roadkill. But yeah, there you go. Just as more as an educational thing to show you one of the beautiful owls that we do have here in Australia, being our smallest, and in the Ninox or hawk owl family, is our largest species as well, which is the powerful owl, which you'll find up the eastern coastline. Yeah, not all the way up, so not where I am at the moment. I only get rufous owl up here, which is second largest, so just as good really. But otherwise, yeah, unfortunate, but there you go. So do remember to slow down, look out for animals at night, because obviously during the day you look out at all times, but at night animals just fly out right in front of cars. That guy could have just been cruising across the road, but it also is likely that the headlights illuminate stuff. They're easier to see and catch, and so they fly out in front of cars that way. So not just out in the bush, but in suburban areas as well, because boobook owls like that are around all of Australia, in your suburbs, in your cities, all that kind of stuff. So remember to look out for them, because they really need your help. Yeah, so they don't get skittled. Look at this, finally some type of creek crossing. So hopefully this isn't too deep or slushy. It doesn't look too bad. The water's only on this side. It usually would run the whole thing. It looks a bit deep, but otherwise I'll have to wait out and see what it actually is like. Yeah, I hope I haven't come this far to have to turn around, because I'm almost done. So we'll see. I think it's just because it's murky. I can see rocks out to there, so it's not rushing too hard. If it's only like, yeah, I don't know how deep that is, like what, 600 or something. If it's not that deep, then I won't worry about it. But if it's deep and fast flowing, I don't know. I've not done too many creek crossings, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to take the shoes off. We'll see how we go. Hopefully there's no crocodiles around, and yeah, see what happens, eh? It's nice and refreshing, that's for sure. Hopefully there's nothing's going to grab me. Piece of bark there. Oh nah, look at that, there's rocks and it's only going up to my knees. That's easy. It feels pretty good. It feels good. Gets a bit deeper here, but yeah, that's only going up to my knees. It's got a bit of push through here, but nothing to worry about really. And there's no big rocks I can feel, and then it's all sort of easy on the way out. Look at that. And that is so refreshing. Oh, beautiful. I don't know, whatever river this is, it is a beautiful one. So there you go. I've gone through deeper before, quite certain about, oh yeah, I reckon gone through deeper. If not in the territory, going to Surprise Creek or whatever. Imogen Creek, I reckon, was flowing just as hard when I went through it. Without video. I went through there in the early days when I got here, and I reckon Imogen was pretty similar. It was just clear water, so you could tell what it looked like, but I just walked that one, and yeah, and then easy. So I'll chuck her in low range and we'll head back through, but feels pretty good. And yeah, we'll go from there. They're going now. So I ran up into the bush. The footage wasn't going to be great anyway on the phone or through binoculars because I was so far away. Now they're traveling even further. Damn. There was a couple of, I just thought of their name. channel-billed cuckoos. Damn, would have been wicked. So you got a photo up anyway, but yeah, I was just getting to like just where you could see them through the binoculars well enough to record on the camera, the phone, and then they've just gone off even further. Far out. So they were on the other side of the road. I initially saw a pheasant cuckoo, which I'm going to go back for now. I think there might be more channel-billed cuckoos as well. I could hear them calling. Otherwise, there was a pheasant cuckoo sitting on the side of the road on a bush. It shot straight up into the tree, which was quite impressive. I didn't think they were that agile to get up so high so quickly, that long tail. Thought they would have to jump around a bit. And then as I was walking to get more footage of it, yeah, flushed two cuckoos out of the tree. All of them are cuckoos, but otherwise your channel-billed cuckoos flew down that way, and that's why I walked through the bush that way. So we'll head across the road now, see what happens. Otherwise, pheasant cuckoo. I don't think I've got one on footage yet. I've been chasing a couple today, but they're our cuckoo that actually builds a nest and raises their own young. Your other cuckoos are parasitic nest breeders. I can hear more stuff calling. So channel-billed cuckoos in particular, as with your other cuckoos, they're going to lay their eggs in the nest of another bird. For the channel-billed cuckoos, because they're so large, they're going to be doing ravens and crows and stuff like that. That kind of size bird. Everything's getting away. But otherwise, it was a wicked spot. I just pulled straight over and yeah, there was a heap of bird life around, which is really good. There's a lot of keep going through. Rainbow. So likely all rainbows. But yeah, other than just photographs up of other people have taken of what I've seen, showing you guys what I'm seeing, I can't really get any good footage. I was really hoping for those cuckoos, because I was getting so close to the channel-billed cuckoos, or like they're not really, yeah, on the ground and running away, but otherwise, yeah, they wouldn't let me anywhere near them, walking towards them. So I was just getting the phone up to take a photo, and they nicked off. There you go. Pheasant cuckoo's long gone, and then I'm not going to wade through for some apostle birds, so I can see a fence line anyway. There you go. So hop back in the car and see what else jumps out. Well, I'm pretty well done now. There's the main road there. So out that way is Carbine, and out that way is whatever's out that way. So yeah, I've just hit the main road here. This is the road I've been on, yeah, to get back from Cooktown. But otherwise, yeah, rolling back, foot on the brake, handbrake up would be a good idea. So yeah, if anything happens, if anything cool, I come across anything cool, bustards would probably be the only thing I'd stop for, or any birds of prey. I'll let you guys know. But otherwise, yeah, that was the 4x4 adventure, Outback Queensland adventure. It was pretty good. It was pretty enjoyable. I don't know what my face looks like, but my arm has, I don't know if that's showing up too well, but that's been 5 hours worth of cooking in the sun. So yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but otherwise cooked and not so cooked, but it's still a little bit. So yeah, cheers for joining. Appreciate any views or anything like that, liking and whatnot. If you dislike it I guess as well. But otherwise, yeah, I appreciate you joining me for this one. Wicked time, I had an absolute ball. Reminded me heaps, I've already said, of Maracay Track up in the Northern Territory, which was great. But otherwise, just get real sort of nice vibes out of this type of habitat, as I've already said multiple times. It is wicked. The rainforest is good, but this place is wicked. Absolutely love it. I had a ball going through the creek crossings, seeing wildlife, that kind of stuff. Got a little bit on footage, but otherwise most of it jetted off, and all I can do is yeah, put up photos and that kind of thing. But otherwise, I reckon I got some wicked footage of driving through the creeks and just yeah, going through the dirt roads. wicked day. What, I left at 8 o'clock this morning. It's 3:44 now, and it'll probably be another hour and a bit before I get home. Rest up, and then I'm heading out to Mossman Gorge for some herping tonight. So it's going to be a big day. It's been a wicked one. Do what you love, guys, or try to do what you love. Obviously it's difficult sometimes, but you got to make yourselves happy, do things for yourselves sometimes as well. So have a good one. Appreciate the views, appreciate you guys watching and sticking around if you have. So yeah, thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day, or at the start of your day, rambling. So see ya.